Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to the inaugural episode of My Favorite Things. This is a YouTube series that's going to be focusing on exactly that, my favorite things. We're going to be talking about some of the cool cars we get in here at TXG, why I think they're cool, why maybe you should think they're cool, and if you don't, maybe at least why you should appreciate them, because a lot of these things we're probably not going to see again from factory. Here's a good example. This is a 2008 Cadillac XLR. Now, it was originally introduced into the world in 2003 and then started production for model year 2004. One of the cool things about this, it's really a Corvette. It shared the same Y platform along with the Corvette. Now, that's kind of sort of where the similarities end, because there's a lot of Cadillac in this and not a ton of Corvette in terms of styling. Here we are inside the XLR. Now you'll notice right off the bat, it kind of has some of the same similarities to a Corvette, and that's to be expected. It's a GM car, they share the same platform, you reuse resources when you can. But that is where things kind of separate, because this is still a Cadillac. Its primary focus here is comfort and elegance, and I think it does that rather well. When you sit in this, the first thing you feel is, oh, this is comfortable, this is cushy, this is plush. I enjoy this. It's not, yes, we're going fast, I need to feel a rough ride, I need to go around corners fast. No, this is opulence. You want to feel opulence. Take a look at these seats, for example. They're cushy, they're heated, they're plush. They have speakers in them, which is pretty cool. The seat controls, easy to reach, easy to adjust, multi-function, memory, typical things you'd expect in a Cadillac. Moving on, let's take a look at the steering wheel. Steering wheel still holds up quite well compared to modern ones. In fact, I'd still say maybe better than some. Some of these things get a little too button heavy and you're trying to figure out what's where, and that's never good. Has your voice activated prompt button here, which is, again, pretty cool for an 08. Your volume control buttons, your heated steering wheel button. Now, here's something really cool. Here's something I didn't expect, but it's the first Cadillac to ever have this from factory. This is a 2008, and it has adaptive cruise control. That's right, adaptive cruise control, a premium feature today in 2022. This had in 2008, and it works. Pretty cool. You don't see that every day. Going to the center stack now. This car has touchscreen navigation. Not entirely uncommon in the early 2000s, but definitely more of a high-end feature then. It still functions, it still works. It looks okay. I won't say it's aged the best, but the fact that it had it is pretty cool. Multi-disc CD changer. Now, something that I still love today that you don't find standard in every vehicle is automatic climate control. This is dual zone automatic climate control, so you and your passenger can have it set at different temperatures. Great feature. Kind of basic, but I think it's a little overlooked because not every vehicle had that, and still not every vehicle has it today. Also, heated seats, great function. Now, other than the features we've talked about, it's still a car from the early 2000s. It has early 2000 things going for it. It's got your Bose audio, great. Wind deflector back here, great. My favorite thing about this car, my favorite thing in general when it comes to convertibles, is I love a retractable hardtop. Why? In my opinion, you get the best of both worlds. You have a convertible when you want it, and you've got a hardtop when you need it. Not some little rag top where it sounds like you're going down a wind tunnel the whole time. No, you got a nice hard top. It functions, it works. Yeah, it looks like it's launching a missile when you're activating it, but it's pretty cool. It's something that the XLR has that the Corvette didn't, and I like that about it. Also, instead of having the 6-liter V8 that the Corvettes had, Cadillac opted to put their 4.6-liter North Star into it. Now, we all know how the North Stars have aged, and perhaps they're not the most reliable motor in the world, but they're still a cool, nice motor, and they sound better. Hi, Poe. How are you? Poe really likes XLRs too. Going back to the motor, they sound good. It has, I would say, a good snarl to it. You'll hear it here in a moment. A good snarl to it, and it just doesn't sound as overused as the Corvette motor. A little something different. So let's check out that retractable hardtop. It's got a nice, easy to use button right here in the center console. Up for up, down for down. here it goes. I definitely wouldn't call it the fastest in the world. We also don't have the engine on, so it's just pulling power straight from the battery. But it's got a lot to do back there. For those timing at home, yes, this is in full live. Not slowed down, not sped up. What you see is what you get. We're almost there. And that's all she wrote. Pretty cool. It's not a huge hardtop, but you still get little back triangle windows. It's a hardtop. It's covered in fabric, and it's going to keep the rain off you. Pretty cool. Here's the engine. This is the 4.6 liter North Star V8. This is an engine Cadillac used widely through the early 2000s, and at that point it was a reputable motor. People wanted it. It was sought after. It had prestige. It still does. It doesn't have the best reliability record. However, like any piece of machinery, if you properly maintain it, it's going to take care of you. And this one has been properly maintained. And it still looks pretty good. It's fairly plastic heavy in here, but it still presents nicely. Now, another little cool tidbit about the XLR is because of the engine placement, also with the hardtop, which is adding rather a bit of weight in the back, it has a nearly 50-50 weight distribution. Now, that's pretty good for what, for all intents and purposes, is a front engine car. Not many can claim that, but the XLR gets pretty close. So, thanks for watching our video about this 2008 Cadillac XLR. One of the coolest cars out of the early 2000s. I hope you'll agree. It does a lot for me. Maybe it doesn't for you, but it's cool. You're not going to see a ton of cars like this in the future because, frankly, they don't appeal to the masses. There's not enough money in it for GM or any other manufacturer to just say, hey, let's make a little two-seater roadster and let's make it cool. Let's do a hardtop convertible, make it a V8. You just don't see a lot of those. You see some of that from Mercedes, but that's about it. In fact, in total, as of 2011, only about 15,000 of these were ever sold new. Now, that's not a lot. You could name 30 or so other cars with yearly production numbers greater than that. But for its entire run, 2003 to 2011, 15,460 ever sold. And this is one of them, and it's in wonderful shape. It has under 30,000 original miles. It's ready to go, and frankly, it's a good bang for your buck. So, thanks for watching. Tune in next time to see more cool cars from the early 2000s and frankly other eras in our next video. I'm Matt, this is TXG, and this has been some of my favorite things.